Your Excellency, my very dear wife and First Lady, and now, more than a mother, Ambassador, Neo Jane Masisi. Minister of Health, Tukuruti, Minister of Labour and Home Affairs, Mukiti, Assistant Minister of Education and Skills Development, Makwinja, the Chairman of Merck Foundation, Board of Trustees, Professor Frank Stangenberg Haverkamp, Chief Executive Officer of Merck Foundation, Senator Dr. Kelej, the co-city who are here, the PSP, and all ambassadors, high commissioners, heads of international organizations, and other members of the diplomatic corps, all permanent secretaries and their deputies here, senior government officials, the performing artists, the Mafita Kosi and the little one, members of the Fourth Estate, the media, invited guests, especially her First Lady, the First Lady's guests, Merck Foundation beneficiaries from across the country. Bummalibura, I greet you this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nestled under Pillar 2, the human and social development of our Vision 2036 is a commitment of the state to guarantee access to health care services of the highest standard, attainable through advanced technologies and innovative delivery systems. A further reading under the same pillar captures issues of social inclusion and equality, as well as targeted initiatives that include better education for the youth and children's well-being. It is critical that we marshal structured initiatives in a systematic and holistic manner that considers various social determinants of health, which usually encompass non-medical factors, in order to enhance the prospects of realizing the goal of achieving full potential for health and well-being for all across their lifespan. Today, we stand on a threshold. As a nation, we have yearned for Botswana to live long and healthy lives, which on its own is a prerequisite for development. The total transformation of the patient care landscape is beginning to appear on the horizon, thanks to the capacity building programs provided by partners such as the Merck Foundation, as we heard from the chairman. True to the aim of improving health and well-being of people across the African continent through science and technology, the Merck Foundation is scaling new heights in the rollout of their cooperation framework and program. Today, we have a splendid opportunity to witness the unfolding of this transformative journey. Our medical personnel have benefited from 46, I'm told, scholarships provided by Merck Foundation, working in collaboration with the First Lady of the Republic of Botswana. It's a good number relative to the population, as was acknowledged. But you know, it's never enough. The study programs, which cover a wide range of disciplines in the medical field, including endocrinology, embryology, fertility, and sexual reproductive care, among others, will revolutionize our healthcare and add gravitas to the strong movement that aims to empower women living with the infertility stigma. And the last time I checked, the formation of a new individual involves usually the union of male and female, who are also human. In the obscured view of some, the shade of infertility casts on one side, which is the female. There are ceremonies. I'm happy to learn that Merck Foundation is also increasing opportunities for capacity development that specifically targets the girl child, which is often faced with more disadvantages than her male peers, including cases of dropout and therefore more deserving of motivation and inspiration to be part of that graduation process. Through this initiative that fosters education of the girl child, we should be able to dispel the stereotypes that often compel young girls and women to be twice as good or as qualified for them to earn their rightful place in society or make it into the echelons of power and leadership. Twice. Can I have a wife and a daughter? That's why I take this to heart so much. And like all of you, I'm also born of a mother. But unlike many of you, I don't know why you don't do what I do. I need not illustrate how under my government, women continue to distinguish themselves and break barriers with the assumption of high leadership positions. We're encouraged that in Botswana, women have set themselves apart and continue to step onto higher pedestal, which sums up their merit and worth as individuals and the values they stand for and promote. For the very first time in the history of our country, we now have the post of Minister of Finance led by a woman. The list of women appointed to leadership positions of higher responsibility include the Permanent Secretary to the President and her deputy, the Attorney General, the Auditor General, the Clerk of the National Assembly, the Commissioner of Police, whose last portfolio was Commissioner of Prisons, also is a woman. By 2023, we had 50% permanent secretary positions occupied by women. They have all demonstrated that when leadership matters, they bring the best in their credentials, grit, determination, and hold their own in terms of the qualification of character, uprightness, probity, and consequential hallmarks of being invariably astute. Our greatest wish is that our political landscape could also change so that young girls would have more role models for unquestionable commitment to public service, taking up roles in advocacy campaigns and community engagements, especially for the benefit of the marginalized and underserved communities. All the time being careful to remember hard work and ambition makes a woman more than a woman. So le go baakanya go ditlhopho la ga le baakanya tse nthaisi ya me. There are the ceremonies. It will be remiss of me not to echo the sentiments I expressed during the State of the Nation address on the 6th of November 2023. We must learn to change the equation when issues that affect women and children are at stake. We cannot afford to be bystanders or prefer idle talk. When there are grave issues surrounding gender-based violence, which recently has morphed into an obscene spate of senseless and merciless murder of innocent and defenseless women and children. The future of our country will not be best served by preoccupation with testosterone and the inglorious self-coronation by some who should be best advised to invest their emotions in love and care. Testosterone alone is not a problem. It's actually good. But when it's combined with the evil intentions of violence, murder, then it should be arrested. I remember we had a lively debate in Cabinet when we were discussing the Constitutional Amendment Bill. And I was keenly observing the reactions of my different members of Cabinet as per the agenda to the question that had been put, which was one of what to do when somebody rapes an infant and a very old lady. You can guess, many of those who could associate with the victim by the agenda wanted emasculation. Emasculation ke lo ka sekgowa le ram badizo. Kanti tipana. Go latlha ditoloki. We should remind the perpetrators of violence to freely join in the noble scheme of responsible fathers, responsible uncles and brothers, and together help teach and raise that boy child into someone who someday can be trusted with caring for somebody's daughter. I want to close with the following encouragement from two poems. One is an excerpt from Robert Longley, who redefines a mother and posits thus: it is not from whom we came from. It's who made us who we are. It's who gave us strength and courage. The second takeaway is adopted from a poem by Helen's Journey, simply called We Are Women. We are encouragement. We are strength. We are kindness. We are inclusive, captivating, patient and able. We are the wiping away of tears from our own unfulfilled yearnings of motherhood as we look after and parent the offspring of others. We are time givers, hug givers, love givers, care givers, advice givers. We are all those things and a whole lot more. We, the women. Finally, let us help turn the agony of the mothers in our society into a perfect fulfillment in harmony with being more than a mother. Let us all work towards replacing a guile with a smile. We are woman. Woman. I thank you.